Hello everybody, Disciple here with Gaming Curios. Now if you guys are into Blizzard games, then you might be just as excited as we are about the release of Destiny 2, and I'm even more excited to announce that we're going to be making Destiny 2 videos as well. To celebrate the launch of the beta and our new channel, we're doing a $300 Battle.net giveaway, where 5 lucky winners will be able to buy Destiny 2 or spend it on just about any other Blizzard title they may play. Check out the link below to enter, it's super easy to get into the giveaway, and we're going to be announcing the winners as soon as it's over on stream. Good luck and enjoy the video. So by now, it's obvious that Blizzard has created a rich world full of lore, backstory, and amazing heroes. But today we're going to be talking about the top 5 most popular heroes in Overwatch's history and how they got to be there. Now, this list is going to be a talk about the most played and not necessarily the best heroes, the ones that have been a go-to pick for players ranging from the casual arcade modes to competitive play over the past year, and also back to the beta. With that said, let's jump straight into number 5, D.Va. D.Va originally boosted into the Overwatch scene during closed beta as part of a triple hero release patch shortly after BlizzCon of 2015. Accompanied in this patch by the likes of GENJI and Mei, D.Va rose in popularity quickly, largely in part to her backstory and accompanying attitude. At first, it was GENJI who received all the attention. The cyborg ninja had been the most sought-after hero from early concept arts because of the sword he carried, but fans instantly fell in love with the pro-gamer angst and attitude D.Va brought to Overwatch. For those of you who aren't quite brushed up on your lore, D.Va is a former professional gamer and worldwide idol. South Korea began recruiting talent to pilot new mechs designed to combat Overwatch's equivalent of Godzilla, a gigantic omnic that would emerge from the sea to wreak havoc on coastal cities. It was because of D.Va's skill as a gamer that she was recruited to pilot one of these mechs. In-game, D.Va serves as a commanding frontline tank with a forgiving playstyle for less experienced players, and me. Her lack of a reload mechanic is definitely forgiving for players new to first-person shooters who aren't used to reloading every time they have downtime, and her defense matrix gives that tactical edge and control for players who want to look beyond clicking on heads constantly. By far though, the biggest appeal in D.Va has to be cosmetically, and no, not like that. D.Va has arguably some of the best skins in-game, and she's currently one of only 2 heroes with legendary emotes, and man is it worth every piece of gold. She's a BM, play-to-win type of gamer that pretty much everyone who plays Overwatch can relate to, and because of that, she easily pilots into our list. Now up next, we have the Guardian Angel herself, Mercy, flying in at number 4. Dr. Angela Ziegler was one of the more seasoned members of the now-defunct Overwatch team, and earned that spot due to both her medical knowledge and scientific prowess, which resulted in the Valkyrie suit that she pilots herself into battle. As Jeff Kaplan tells us, Mercy was the original name for Pharah, with Mercy being known as Angelica during development. In-game, it's Mercy's effective ease of use, high mobility, and more traditional approach to healing that makes her so appealing. Her Caduceus staff draws parallels for support players transitioning from Team Fortress 2 with the medic, and in the early stages of the game, her damage boost would increase damage dealt by a huge 50%, making her an absolute must-pick in a Dark Age where a boosted Widowmaker could deal 225 damage with body shots. Thankfully for us all, those days are long gone. Now on top of that, Mercy's ultimate, Resurrect, is one of the most impactful abilities in the game, and it's because of these principles that she's been a staple pick for the masses since release. Don't take Mercy's ease of use as a sign of weakness though. Mercy mains know all of the subtle nuances of their go-to pick, and they'll be quick to call you out if you're not performing like a pro Mercy. Plus, her pistol does a surprising amount of damage. Now, tall, dark, and handsome, and immovable, REINHARDT hammers down our 3rd spot on the list. The senior member of the cast, REINHARDT has seen more battle than virtually every other hero, both in the game world and in actual games as well, but continues to thrive off the thrill of combat time and time again. He's a staple pick for teams as a main tank due to the power and presence of his barrier field. The barrier creates a safe zone for teammates to hopefully hide behind, and with such a large health pool, it can be problematic for enemy teams that refuse to deal with it quickly. REINHARDT's fan base thrive off of his ability to make key plays more than shield allies, however. Clutch charges, long-range fire strikes, and the huge power of Earthshatter to set up team wipes makes playing Reinhardt engaging and fun match after match, despite spending the largest portion of your time as a Spartan shield wall. And if your teammates can't follow up on your 6-man Earthshatter, Reinhardt has all the power to wipe enemy teams single-handedly thanks to the AoE nature of his hammer. Now Blizzard did a great job of making the hammer feel visceral and satisfying to use, both visually and audibly, and it actually just got buffed a little bit. Of course, we also can't ignore the wealth of awesome skins that Reinhardt has, including 7 legendaries, ensuring that every time you charge into battle, you'll be the sharpest looking hero on the field. Now, taking command as the second most popular hero on our list is the Strike Commander himself, Jack Morrison, or as you may know him, Soldier 76. Jack takes a lot of influence from the military side of first-person shooters like Call of Duty and Battlefield. Complete with a rifle, a rocket jump, and the ability to sprint, when 76 was first announced by Blizzard, fans were slightly let down by him as a hero. However, Jeff Goodman flipped the script in a Reddit AMA and opened all of our eyes to the importance of a hero like this for the game, where he said, "So to answer specifically about Soldier 76, we actually got to a point where we have so many crazy characters jumping and flying all over our maps, someone more rooted in the Call of Duties of the genre really does stand on his own as a unique character among other unique characters." On top of that, because of the popularity of these games, and believe me, we all love COD as well, we found that a lot of players' first reaction to the game was this feeling of being overwhelmed by our crazy cast of characters, and they really wanted to start with a character that they could be somewhat familiar with. We'd hear feedback like, "Don't you guys just have a character with a normal rifle or something?" So we were like, yeah, you know what? We really should have that character. Since release, Soldier 76 has seen an exponential growth in terms of playtime and is now pretty much the staple DPS pick for virtually any team composition, especially on defense. He's effective at virtually any range, can deal burst damage to quickly eliminate supports and other DPS thanks to his Helix rocket, and he tends to do very well against one of Overwatch's more frustrating DPS picks, a well-played Pharah. On top of that, he brings support to his team in the form of his healing station as well as self-sustain, and his ultimate Tactical Visor is an extremely effective tool at picking off important enemy heroes, with the only requirement really being line of sight. With the ability to sprint, you'll always be able to quickly reposition for the play of the game, and it's because of these factors that he's booked it straight to number 2 on this list. Now, before we reveal Overwatch's most popular hero, we wanted to give some honorable mentions to a couple heroes that we thought should make the list, but didn't end up in the final cut. First, we have ROADHOG. A brutal, violence-driven madman, ROADHOG's popularity has surged as time goes on, largely thanks to his chain hook and relatively high DPS for a tank hero. A perfect pick for that flex player whose team needs a second tank, but also needs DPS to, DPS. ROADHOG's ability to set up entry kills has a huge influence on teamfights, and Whole Hog is great at melting through the likes of Reinhardt's barrier or repositioning enemies, including but not limited to, off of the map. Ana was the first hero released after the official launch of Overwatch, but is a beloved figure in the game now more commonly referred to as Mom. With some playful emotes, the power of Sleep Dart, and a fun and unique approach to healing, Ana remains a highly valued pick even after balance changes brought her more in line with the other supports on the roster. And of course, we have to pay honor to the cyborg ninja Genji. Birthed by fandom and fueled by anime, Genji has been one of the most popular heroes in the game since his early beta release, and only drops off the list due to having arguably Overwatch's highest skill cap on any hero. A well-trained Genji can single-handedly carry teams, but a poorly played Genji single-handedly carries the enemy team. Despite this skill gap, he's still one of the community's favorite heroes, and the sound of his ultimate is the stuff nightmares are made of. But although you've probably seen a ton of people main Genji, he's not actually quite so popular as a lot of other heroes on this list are. So that brings us to the drop, the moment that everyone has been amped up for the entire time. Who is Overwatch's most popular hero? Well, none other than the roller skating DJ himself, LUCIO. The predominant pick for support thanks to his ability to constantly heal multiple allies at the same time, LUCIO has had the highest pick rate of any hero for the duration of the professional Overwatch circuit. And thanks to his speed boost ability to create aggressive engagements or quick disengagements, he looks to remain the top pick for support players for generations to come. A freedom fighter turned hero, Lucio stole Vishkar technology that was being used to control his community and instead used it as a tool to inspire them and drive back the oppressive Vishkar. That explains his particular distaste for Symmetra. In-game, Lucio's mobility and wall riding is an asset for the team and for returning to team fights faster than others, and even inspires custom game modes based around skating the maps, with Lucio Ball coming back for the summer games. Wall riding gives good Lucio players a mechanic to continually improve on and increase his skill cap in terms of positioning. He's a hard to hit target with the ability to fight back against enemy flankers fairly reliably, and his ultimate, Sound Barrier, is a powerful tool for mitigating damage from enemy ultimates like Tactical Visor or Dragon Blade. But of course, Lucio's most powerful tool and most popular tool is the iconic Boop. Capable of knocking enemies off of control points or off the map entirely, Lucio's ability to both heal teammates and capitalize on and punish poor enemy positioning keeps him as Overwatch's most popular hero of all time. So, what do you guys think? Are there any heroes that you feel should have made the cut, or any heroes that you think we've overrated? Well, I'm sure you guys will let us know very angrily in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our notification squad so you can know every time we drop a new video and keep up with the latest and greatest Overwatch tips, tricks, and news. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Peace.